Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing the weekly setup for April 6th through April 12th. I am using this Happy Planner sticker book. I don't actually know the name of it, but I put a little sticker label on it and called it Lovely Blooms. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, setting up the sidebar, setting up or pre-marking where it says work and lunch. You will see that the 6th marks the 19th year of finding out I have type 1 diabetes. So, I was going to take this Monday off. However, I ended up calling in sick the day of my diabetes appointment a couple weeks ago, and therefore I didn't feel like it was right for me to take off. Plus, my coworker's parent, her dad, had surgery, and therefore I also have just decided I don't know what the future holds, so I'm not going to plan to take that day off. But now we are moving on into the week, and you will see me pulling the oval stickers first, I believe. Yes. I had enough of these to put on each day of the week. They were checklists, and therefore I'm using them as my playlist sticker. And so I'm just pulling them out, sticking them to part of my desk in the order in which I want to lay them down. So I'm going to do that now. And I do have a pattern in which I'm doing them, so just letting you know that I have a reason for it. And then I remembered that I had made these days of the week stickers, and so I am putting those down and then putting down the date. And I cut out me trimming everything because that just felt extraneous. Okay, and now I am going to flip back to Monday and start doing my usual to-do: mood, weather, diabetes, and tomorrow. And I am using various stickers from the sticker book to help with that. The pen that I'm using is my Jinhao, and it's got just a brown ink in it. And the colors that I'm using for this week are gold, marigold, and magenta by Modliner. And between the two columns down by the playlist, I'm putting my prompt, and I just made them up for this week. So on Monday I'll be talking about my diabetes, but I didn't want it to be the pure focus of that day, and so I'm putting it down as my prompt, and I'm not going to have it be what I journal about up top. And then the last thing I do is I found these strips of flowers. They're vertical strips, and I was like, that would be really pretty to demarcate like the two separate columns. So again, there was a certain pattern with this, and I'm just using the flat end of my tweezers to help lay that down because it is such a long sticker. And that is pretty much the week. So, I'm going to use this time because I probably will not get into it with my plan with me when I do this week because, I like to go through my day by day. So let's talk about how I got diagnosed with diabetes. So, not long after I graduated high school in 2006, my mom noticed I was drinking a lot, I was taking a lot of naps, my hair was falling out. There was just a lot of things. And she kept telling me, I think you're a diabetic. I think you're a diabetic. You need to go to the doctor and get tested. And I was completely against that. I was 18 years old. You couldn't tell me anything. And even my granny, who was living with us at the time, she was a nurse, and she was telling me, you're diabetic. You need to go get tested. Well, again, I refused. Started college in August of that year, and I was going to Starbucks multiple times a day, drinking a venti iced chai latte within like 5 minutes because I was just so thirsty. Sometimes being without something to drink and just feeling so desperate. Coming home after class, taking hours long naps, going to the bathroom very often, which I just chalk that up to I have kidney stones. But anyways, cut to second semester, and my hair had started falling out quite a bit. I took a shower one night, and when I got done, I was cleaning the hair out of the drain, and it was the equivalent of a Barbie hair, like a Barbie doll's amount of hair, just in the tub. And so I went into my mom's room, and I said, okay, I'll go to the doctor in the morning. And it was a Good Friday, so she made me fast from like 8 o'clock that night to the next day. And I remember sitting in the doctor's office so desperate for something to drink. She would not let me have anything. I literally took capfuls of water and would drink that. So, all of that to say, go into the doctor's office. We do blood work. He comes back and he asks me, what I had to eat, and I said nothing. And my sugar at the time was 284, which is mild compared to what a lot of people say their sugar was when they were first diagnosed. He told me I was a diabetic. He put me on some medication, gave me something to test my blood sugar with, and sent me on my way. But he did say that he would get me an appointment with a specialist. So I ended up going to the specialist a week later and finding out that I was type 1 and that I would be on insulin for the rest of my life. But yeah, that was how I was diagnosed. It was not fun. It was very, very heartbreaking. I cried. I took taking insulin a little better, but I prayed a lot that the Lord would give me strength, because I knew my mom probably was not going to handle it very well. But we're actually nearing the end of this video. I am putting down the last bit of deco. After putting down the strips, I went back through and I found some different flower stickers, and yeah, so I am putting those down. And like I said, we're getting close to the end, so I'm going to ask you to have a good day, a good week, stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.